Deputies, are you ready?
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you, deputies. Were you ready or not ready?
We're lining everyone up now, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you this morning?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I didn't see, yeah, true. I wasn't looking for it, but I didn't see where we had anyone. I think there was potentially maybe one, but we'll confirm that here in a second.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mhm.
I don't think we have any Spanish speaking inmates today. You're mute, Your Honor.
I just wanted to confirm. I saw one gentleman, Mr. Reyes. Does he speak English?
He does.
Okay, then I think you are good to go, Miss Dea.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Are we good to go, deputies?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's 11:02 a.m. My name is Judge Marcus Thorpe, and I'm one of the associate magistrate judges here in Clayton County. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is your first appearance. A couple of things I need to let you all know before we get started with this morning's hearings. This is being recorded live. And so I tell you that, ladies and gentlemen, because I need you to understand, I am not here to try your case. I am not here to take a plea or to have any legal discussions with you about the specific facts of your case. The purpose of today's hearing is to inform you about what you've been charged with by the police, to advise you of certain rights, to set bond where I can, to schedule a preliminary hearing, to determine also whether you require the assistance of an attorney. Now, each of you, ladies and gentlemen, has the right to remain silent. Again, please don't attempt to tell me anything specific about your case because this is being recorded. There are obviously individuals around you, both other inmates as well as deputies, as well as myself, that if you say the wrong thing, you make us a witness in your case. Now, in addition to your right to remain silent, you have the right to a presumption of innocence, the right to indictment by a grand jury for felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury. You have the right to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf. You have the right to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you. You have the right to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense. And lastly, you have the right to an attorney to represent you. And if you can't afford one, I will discuss with you whether I have the ability to appoint you one free of charge. Now, in addition to advising you what you've been charged with by the police this morning, we're also going to talk about bond. Bond is an amount of money that you can pay that will release you, not close your case, but will release you while your case is still pending. There are three ways, ladies and gentlemen, to make bond. You can pay it in cash, which means you would pay the full amount plus any fees to the sheriff, who then holds it for you until your case is closed. So the example I use is if I tell you you are charged with aggravated assault and your bond is $6,000, you or someone you know would have to bring up to the sheriff's office $6,000 plus any fees, and they would hold it until your case is closed, and then it will be returned to you. The second way to make bond is the use of a bonding company. So if you don't have that full amount in bond, you can then call a commercial bonding company who will then usually charge you 12 to 15% of the bond. The difference is you don't get that money back. So again, my example about the aggravated assault for $6,000 in bond, you would only then be responsible for roughly about $750. But again, you don't get that money returned to you. The final way to make bond would be with a property bond. So if either you or someone you know owns a piece of property that is at least 3 times your bond, they can bring their deed to their property, their home, what have you, down to the sheriff's office, and the sheriff will hold it until your case is closed and then return it to you. Now, in addition to telling you what you've been charged with, telling you what your bond is, for some of you, ladies and gentlemen, you will have special conditions. What that means is I may tell you that you are not to have contact with someone while your case is pending, or that you are not to return to a particular place. So again, my example about the aggravated assault, if I tell you that you are not to have contact with the alleged victim, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife, don't do it. That means don't email them, don't text them, don't write them, don't DM, don't even do them something as simple as write a song, because you'd be in violation of my bond and you'd be subjecting yourself to new charges such as aggravated stalking or intimidating a witness, which are new felony charges and carry up to $20,000 in fines. Now, in addition to not having contact with the other person, I may tell you not to return to where the incident happened. Again, just don't do it. If it's somewhere that you used to live before this incident allegedly happened and you make bond, please contact the sheriff's office within 10 days of your release, and they will go over to that incident location with you and accompany you to get things that belong to you that are not in dispute. Do not, ladies and gentlemen, go by yourself, because again, you would be in violation of my bond order. Now, lastly, we will discuss preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing is a hearing where you are present, your attorney is present, and the judge is present to go over your case. It is not your trial. It's where they'll determine if there's enough evidence for your case to go to the prosecutor. Now, if you are charged with a felony and you don't make bond, I'm going to automatically give you a preliminary hearing date this morning. If you don't make bond, if you do make bond and you're charged with a felony, that hearing goes away. If you are charged with a misdemeanor, however, you have the option. I will ask you whether you want a preliminary hearing, or you can tell me, Judge, I don't want it. You can waive it. And typically people will do that either because they're going to bond out, in which case you don't get the hearing, or they want their case to be over quickly, and so they'll waive their right to that preliminary hearing. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, if I could have everyone please raise your right hand. Ladies and gentlemen, do you swear or affirm that the information you provided on your court-appointed counsel and what you will so provide during this hearing will be the truth and nothing but the truth? And if so, I need each of you to respond and repeat by saying, I do. All right. If I could have up the ladies first, please. Good morning. And are you Ms. Fry?
Yes.
All right, so Ms. Fry, you are charged with 1 count of battery as a misdemeanor, 1 count of disorderly conduct as a misdemeanor. Because those are both misdemeanors, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, ma'am, that I mentioned just now, or you can waive your right to the hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive it, ma'am?
Have the hearing.
All right, so ma'am, I'm gonna go ahead and set your hearing date. So again, if you don't make bond, your next court date is gonna be July 1st. That's gonna be at 8:30 a.m. and that's going to be via Zoom. Again, that's gonna be July 1st at 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. Now, your bond amount for the battery is $3,500, for the disorderly conduct, $1,500, for a total bond of $5,000. You do have a special condition, ma'am, and that is to stay away from the alleged victim, and her name is Cheyenne Harding. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, ma'am, good luck to you. That's all I have for you this morning. Are you Ms. Grover?
Yes.
So Ms. Grover, you are charged with 1 count of misdemeanor criminal trespass, ma'am. Your bond amount is $2,500. Because you are charged with a misdemeanor, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that hearing. Would you like to have it or waive it, ma'am?
Have.
All right, ma'am. So your next court date, should you not make your bond, will be July 1st That'll be at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, your next court date, ma'am, will be July 1st. That'll be at 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any questions of me, ma'am?
No,
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
thank you.
Thank you.
Or some paper, that went to the back. She was something, well, where you're
You
going.
waiting?
Yep.
No.
No, she said her hearing. She didn't waive it.
Okay, thank you. Something.
Nobody has waived so far.
Ambos, what you back? What's your name?
Are you Miss, and what's your name, ma'am?
Hard.
Okay, so you're Miss Heard. Miss Heard, you were charged here. Give me 1 second. You're charged here with 1 count of cruelty to children in the 2nd degree, which is a felony, ma'am. Your bond amount based on that is $10,000. Because you are charged with a felony, ma'am, you automatically get that preliminary hearing. Your next hearing date, should you not make your bond, ma'am, will be July 30th at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be July 30th. That will be 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. Do you understand that, ma'am? Ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I have gone ahead and I've appointed you a court-appointed lawyer free of charge for you. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Here's the question about it.
And are you Miss Harding?
Yes.
All right, so Miss Harding, you are charged here with 1 count of simple battery as a misdemeanor. Now, Miss Harding, I have reviewed the information that's been provided to me. Let me explain something to you, ma'am. Your case is being dismissed as of this morning. But let me be clear. That does not mean that your case is ultimately going to go away. I can't tell you that for sure. But as of right now, you will be released later today. And if the prosecutor determines not to move forward on your case again, they will do so. And you won't have to come back. But otherwise, you're free to go today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Are you Miss Jones?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Jones, you are charged with 1 count of speeding, 1 count of driving without a license, and 1 count of giving a false name. These are all misdemeanors, ma'am. The speeding carries a bond of $2,500, the license $1,500, and the giving a false name $1,500 for a total bond of $5,500. Now, because you are charged with misdemeanors, ma'am, you have the right to that preliminary hearing I spoke of, or you can waive your right. Would you like to have it or waive it?
Waive it.
All right, so ma'am, I am showing you are waiving your right to your preliminary hearing. And so the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign to my left, to your right. Other than that, ma'am, the only other thing I need to let you know is I have given you a court-appointed lawyer this morning. And so you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case. Do you understand that?
Okay, so I can't find out as of now, though, right?
As soon as we get out from this hearing and they put it into the system, ma'am, yep, if either you have it or someone you know has that money, yes, ma'am, you'll be able to bond out.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
She can raise.
And she has waived. Are you Miss Pollard?
I am.
Ms. Pollard, you've been charged with 1 count of misdemeanor battery family violence. Your bond amount is $3,500. You do have special conditions, ma'am, and they are to stay away from Levante, Washington, and the address of 6525 Terra Boulevard. Now, as I said earlier, ma'am, if that's somewhere you were living, please do not return unless you make bond and you are with the sheriff's office, ma'am. Do you understand that?
Yes. Can I say something?
Hold on, Ms. Pollard. Let me get through what I've got to do.
Okay.
Now, these are misdemeanors. So because they're misdemeanors, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, Ms. Pollard, or you can waive that right. Would you like to have it or waive it?
Have it.
All right, so ma'am, if you don't make your bond, your next court date will be July 1st of 2025 at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be July 1st. That'll be 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And I have appointed you a lawyer free of charge for you. Now, I'm going to let you speak, ma'am, but please be careful. As I said earlier, you don't want to say anything to me about your case because this is being recorded. How can I help you, ma'am?
I just want to know where I'm supposed to go because how I'm supposed to avoid contact because we live together.
Yes, not, at the time being, you don't, ma'am. My bond order is for you to stay away from that property, so you will have to find an alternative place to live
It's
until.
my house, though.
Okay, but ma'am, I don't have that information as to who it belongs to. You do have a attorney that's going to be appointed, so you can speak to your attorney about it. He can assist you on that.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, and are you Miss Williams?
Yes.
Miss Williams, you are charged with 1 count of felony criminal damage in the 2nd degree. Your bond amount is $3,000. You do have special conditions, ma'am, and they are to stay away from the alleged victim here, Mr. Drayson White, and the address of 2465 Richardson Parkway. And so as I told the individual before you, ma'am, if that was somewhere you were living, please do not return to that address unless and until your bond is modified or your case is closed. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Now, because you are charged with a felony, you do have a preliminary hearing date if you don't make your bond. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be June 30th at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that's June 30th, 8:30 a.m. and that's via Zoom. And I have appointed you a lawyer free of charge, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, man.
All right, Mr. Lee, sir. You go straight to your name to the judge.
Ricky Brown? All right, and what's your name, sir?
Ricky Brown.
All right, give me 1 second here, Mr. Brown.
Oh, man. This is the personnel we're doing, so, you know, personnel.
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Brown, you are charged here with 1 count of misdemeanor criminal trespass, and you actually charged with 2 counts. I've dismissed 1 of the counts, sir, so you only have 1 count of trespass remaining. It is a misdemeanor. Your bond amount is $2,500, sir. You do have a special condition, and that is to stay away from the alleged victim, Miss Patrice Caesar. Do you understand that, sir?
So I got a question, sir, about that.
Hold on, let me finish my part first. Do you understand what I just advised you, that you are to stay away from her?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now because you are charged, Mr. Brown, with a misdemeanor, you have the right to a preliminary hearing that I spoke of, or Mr. Brown, you can waive your right to the hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive it?
I like to have.
All right, so if you don't make your bond, sir, your next court date is going to be July 1st at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be July 1st, 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. All right, so Mr. Brown, I'm gonna let you speak, but again, be careful what you tell me. How can I
No,
help you?
I don't even got a question no more.
All right, good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Medical.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Darius Brownlee.
So, Mr. Brownlee, you were charged with 1 count of criminal attempt to commit a robbery and misdemeanor simple battery. The criminal attempt bond amount is $10,000. The simple battery is $2,000 for a total of a $12,000 bond. You do have a special condition, sir, and that is to stay away from Jalen Murdaugh. And you were also to live with your parents up until such time as this is modified or your case is closed. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now, I have looked over some information here, and just a couple of things I need for you to know. 1, I have gone ahead and appointed you a court-appointed lawyer, so you will have a lawyer free of charge. Now, because you are charged with a felony, sir, you do get a preliminary hearing date. So if you don't make your bond that we just set here, your next court date is going to be June 30th. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. and that's going to be via Zoom. Again, if you don't make your bond, your next court date will be June 30th, 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. And again, your total bond is $12,000. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
Sir.
All right, good luck to you then.
Hold on.
What's your name, sir?
Kelvin Brown.
So, Mr. Brown, you are charged with 1 count of misdemeanor battery family violence. Your bond amount is $3,500, sir. You do have special conditions, and they are to stay away from the alleged victim, Adrian Kent, and from the address of 1000 Claridge Park Drive. So, as I mentioned earlier, sir, because you're charged with a misdemeanor, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive your right to the hearing. Would you like to have the hearing, sir, or waive the hearing?
I like to have it.
All right. So your next court date, sir, is going to be July 1st. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. Again, Mr. Brown, your next court date is going to be July 1st. That'll be at 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. Do you have any questions of me about anything, sir?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Then that's all I have for you. Good luck to you.
Ellsbury Andre.
All right, give me 1 second, sir. Let me just make sure his paperwork is forward. All right, sir, you were charged with 2 misdemeanors, 1 count of criminal trespass, and 1 count of simple battery. Again, both are misdemeanors. The criminal trespass carries a bond of $2,500. Simple battery carries a bond of $3,500 for a total bond of $6,000. You do have a special condition, sir, and that is to have no violent contact with Mr. Reginald Bennett. So again, you may have contact, but it cannot be violent. Now, because you are charged with misdemeanor, sir, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive your right to your hearing. Would you like to have your hearing, sir, or waive it?
Waive it, sir.
All right, sir. So I am showing you are requesting a waiver of your hearing. Now, because you are requesting that waiver, that means after you and I are done, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign. I've looked over the information you provided, Mr. Ellsbury, and you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. And so you will have an attorney free of charge to assist you. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
It's gonna give you
Are you Mr. Hogan?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hogan, you are charged with 1 count of speeding, 1 count of driving under the influence, and 1 count of driving with an expired license. The speeding carries a bond of $2,500. The expired license, $500, and then the DUI, $4,000. And so your total bond, sir, is $7,000. Now, because you are charged with misdemeanors, you have a right to a preliminary hearing, sir, or you can waive your right to your hearing. Would you like to have your hearing or waive it?
I'll waive your honor.
All right, so I am showing you would like to waive your hearing, sir. So once we are done, the deputies will have a piece of paper, Mr. Hogan, for you to sign. Now, as far as court-appointed lawyer this morning, I did review the information you provided. You do qualify for a court-appointed lawyer, and so you will have one free of charge for you. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Mr. Elderberry said he didn't hear the bond amount, so I'm just gonna let him come back up here so he can hear.
Yeah, sure.
Just be, Your Honor, a little older, a little slower.
No problem, sir. It's 6,000. So the trespass is 2,500. Your simple battery is 3,500 for a total of 6,000.
So that means I need 600 to get out?
No, sir. If you were using a bonding company, you'd need roughly about 750, 800.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go.
Antoine Baxter.
And are you Mr. Lewis?
Antoine Baxter.
Oh, Baxter. Okay, we got out of order. All right. Got you. All right, so Mr. Baxter, you are charged here with 1 count of misdemeanor simple battery. Your bond amount is $2,500, sir. Because you were charged with the misdemeanor, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to the hearing. Would you like to have your hearing or waive it, sir?
Have it.
All right, so I am showing you would like to set your hearing date. So if you don't make your bond, your next court date is going to be July 1st. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. Again, that will be July 1st at 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. You do have a special condition, sir. You do have to stay away from the alleged victim here, Miss Bianca Griffin. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about anything, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Then that's all I have for this morning. Thank you. Good luck to you.
No, thank you.
All right. And what's your name, sir?
Caesar Lewis.
All right. So, Mr. Lewis, you are charged here with 1 count of misdemeanor criminal trespass. That is, again, a misdemeanor. Your bond amount is $2,500. Because you are charged with a misdemeanor, you have a right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive your right to that hearing. So would you like to have the hearing, sir, or waive the hearing?
Waive it.
All right. All right, sir. So I am showing that you wish to waive your hearing this morning. Now, because you are waiving your hearing, once you and I are done, the deputies will have a piece of paper that they will have you sign showing your waiver, okay?
Okay, yes, sir.
Now, the last thing I need to tell you is I've reviewed the information that you provided to me this morning, and based on that information, I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer, so you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, sign.
All right, are you Mr. Mack?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Mack, you are charged with one count of misdemeanor theft by shoplifting. You do have a special condition, sir, and that's to stay away from 4680 Bartlett Road, Family Dollar, where this was alleged to have happened. Your
sir.
bond amount, sir, is $1,500. Now, because you are charged with a misdemeanor, sir, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that hearing. Would you like to have your hearing, or would you like to waive it?
I would like to have
Say
it.
that one more time.
I waive it.
All right, so I am showing, sir, that you have requested that we waive your hearing. And so because we're waiving your hearing, once you and I are done, the deputies will have a piece of paper that they'll have you sign, okay?
Yes.
Now, lastly, Mr. Mack, I've reviewed the information you gave me, and based on that, you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Step around it, I'm sorry.
All right, good morning, sir. All right, sir, you are charged with one count of theft by receiving of stolen property as a felony. Your bond amount is $4,000, sir. Because you are charged with a felony, if you don't make your bond, your next court date is going to be June 30th. And that's going to be at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Again, that's going to be June 30th at 8:30 a.m. And that's going to be via Zoom. Do you understand that, Mr. Blue? Okay. All right, then that's all I have for you, unless you have some questions for me. And are you Mr. Reyes?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Reyes, you are charged with one count of battery family violence as a misdemeanor, one count of cruelty to children also as a misdemeanor, and one count of aggravated assault by strangulation as a felony. Your bond amount on the battery is $5,000. Your bond amount on the cruelty to children is $2,500. And as to the aggravated assault, sir, you have been placed on a no bond here this morning. And so that means you do not have a bond on that aggravated assault here. You're going to have special conditions on yours as well, sir. If you are given a bond at a later time, you will have to stay away from the alleged victim, Priscilla Alomahud, as well as the address of 5748 Northfield Drive. And so, as I said earlier, sir, if that is someplace that you were living at the time of the alleged incident, please understand you are not allowed to return there unless and until such time as your bond is modified or your case is closed. Do you understand that, Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I've reviewed the information you provided this morning, sir. You do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and so your attorney will be able to explain and assist you on your upcoming court dates. You've got two. Your first court date is going to be June 30th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom for your preliminary hearing if you don't make bond. And your next court date is going to be your bond hearing where they can reconsider bond. They can look it over again. And that'll be July 11th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom.
There's bond on the two misdemeanors, but there's no bond on the other one.
Correct. So you
So
you can't bond out right now. So you got 6,000 on the other two total. You got no bond on the third. But at your court dates, they can reconsider bond at a later time. So at June 30th or July 11th, they can reconsider bond then if they want. Okay. All right. Good luck to you. And are you Mr. Smith?
Yes, sir.
All right. So Mr. Smith, you are charged with one count of criminal attempt to commit robbery. That is a felony, sir. Now, because you are charged with a felony, you do get a preliminary hearing. So if you don't make your bond, sir, your preliminary hearing date is going to be June 30th at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 30th at 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. You do have a special condition, sir, if you make bond, and that's to stay away from Jalen Murdaugh as well. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, based on the information you provided this morning, Mr. Smith, I have gone ahead and appointed you a court-appointed lawyer. So you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about anything, sir?
Oh, I have
Bond?
I'm sorry?
Bond?
$10,000.
All right, yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Gus. Well. Yeah.
Deputies, I think the only one I had remaining was Michael Bennett.
Yes, stand by, Your Honor.
Say that, what happened?
1 second, he's coming up.
Oh, okay,
We wanted to clear out the other inmates.
sure.
And I'm about to send this paperwork out.
All right, are you Mr. Bennett?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bennett, you are charged with 1 count of failure to register as a sex offender, sir. That is a felony. Your bond amount is $10,000. And should you not make your bond, your preliminary hearing date is going to be June 30th at 8:30 a.m. And that'll be via Zoom. Again, sir, your preliminary hearing date will be June 30th at 8:30 a.m. And that will be via Zoom. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, thank you.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, that should be everyone.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Man, you gotta follow them. You